This podcast is recorded on Gadigal land. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
Hey chicks, I'm Al.
And I'm Sal.
And this is Two Broke Chicks, the show that shares life lessons and tips to help make you rich in life. And we are back in the booth. In the advice booth.
Mm-hmm. Another chicks chat, advice for the chicks. We asked you chickies to send in your
dilemmas.
And we're going to be reading them out, sharing our advice, 2 cents. I'm very excited.
Don't have to take it. It's just there. Here if you need.
Exactly.
Here if you need.
Here if
Wing
you need.
defense. Wing attack? I never played netball.
I can see you on a wing attack for
Really?
sure.
They really, is that like a hot position?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Should we get in?
Yeah. All right. As always, we haven't read these.
Yep.
So our beautiful producer has picked these out for us and we're reading them live on air. Dilemma number 1. Let's go. Am I in love with my best friend?
Did you send this in?
It did. Okay. The layers to this story are beyond the Matilda chocolate cake level.
Fuck.
Damn, Brucey. You can do, Brucey. My best friend and I have known each other for over 8 years. Shit, I did send this in. We worked together.
Oh my God.
Wait, then lived together.
Oh.
And now, even with distance, we still call every day and talk constantly. Aww. For reference, I am married and have a child. I'm very much in love with my husband, but I have started to wonder if I'm actually in love with my best friend.
Oh my God.
When do you know the line is crossed with feelings? Oh my God, divorce him now. I feel...
Yeah, that's all we need. End the episode.
I feel terrible even saying this and question it as I am happily married and have a beautiful family. But my connection with my best friend feels sometimes more awkwardly deep than just a giggle and a fucking soulmate best friend. What if we did
fucking your best friend?
Soulmate. Fucking soulmate. We have never kissed. We hardly hug. I have been with females prior, but she hasn't. Yes, it's gay. Yes.
That's what I was
wondering.
I
didn't have details yet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby. I've been with females prior, but she hasn't. Where do I go with this, and how do I sleep at night knowing the wonders I am having with my own heart?
Oh my God. This is literally like a rom-com. You're into this. Yeah.
Dump him.
No, my God. This is so tough because at first when you were reading it out, I was thinking, well, there are all different kinds of love and you can have a really deep love for your best friend. And I don't think that, you know, the first sort of indicators that she shared that they have been friends for a really long time, they live together and now they call each other every day. That doesn't immediately read romantic to me.
Because we do that.
Yeah, like if we said that
Sally.
we spoke to it. Oh, shit. Bree actually sent this in to be like, just face it. You guys love each other. Yeah.
We ain't never beaten them allegations. And I don't want to.
No, me neither.
It's not
Keep the
about
people
us.
guessing.
It's not about us.
Anyway, so immediately I wasn't like, oh yeah, you're definitely in love with your best friend. Because I think that those are pretty normal behaviors. But the fact that you're having some of these questions is, I'm like, what are the emotions that you're feeling when you speak to your friend on the phone? Like, do you get butterflies? Do you think about them in that way?
Do you like flirt with each other?
Yeah.
There are like you're saying, there's different kinds of love. And obviously us speaking from our own relationship, like I can absolutely say that we are in love, you know, but like, I'm such a fucking 2-year-old.
I'm like, welcome on. You watch yourself. What are you going to say? You're like, but I don't want to fuck you. Anyway. I think that's the thing because even, you know, some of the things that we do, like we talk every single day. We're very affectionate. You know, we call each other pet names. A lot of things that typically could be romantic relationship. But that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, are you maybe getting confused for that and the closeness that you guys have? Or is there genuinely something there? And I think maybe there could be if you're questioning it.
You know how they say, like, you can't be in love with more than one person? Like, maybe that's what's at play here. Maybe she is thinking, like, she can't genuinely love 2 people.
Yeah.
But obviously you can. Like, you can love multiple people.
Yeah.
You can be in love with multiple people. But this is such a difficult one to answer, and I don't think we can answer it because we're not the ones with these emotions. It's like when your friend is dating an absolute dog and you're like, dump him, please. I just heard someone laugh at the way that I said dog. Yeah, if he's dating an absolute dog and you're like, just hit him with your car. Like,
Yeah.
and they're like, no, but and it's because you've got those rose tinted glasses on and you're like, no, but blah, blah, blah. It's really hard to tell someone what to do when you're not the one feeling their feelings.
Yeah.
And we don't know how deep that love for her best friend feels. But in saying that, to ask out loud, like, how many times have you had to sit there, Sarah, and think, like, am I in love with my best friend? Like, you have that fight constantly, right?
So true.
That if you have to ask that, there's probably a deeper feeling to it.
Yeah, yeah. I also wonder, did she have these feelings previously? Like, was she having...
Yeah, when you were, like, living
together, like, did you have the urge to, like, kiss your friend or, like, express your feelings or flirt with them? Or could it even be something about your existing relationship with your husband? Like, are your needs not being met in your relationship, or do you not feel like you're being, like, desired or valued or wanted in your relationship, so you feel like you're getting that from your friend? Like, I think you need to really have, like, some introspection here and be like, when did I first start having these feelings? When was I asking these questions? And, like, what does my heart tell me that I want?
Listen to you.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, romantic relationships are not going to fill the entire cup.
Totally.
And that's why, like, maybe her relationship with her best friend is filling a significant amount of another cup or that cup for her, that it's like, again, I'm coming back to the same thing of, can you love two people? But also, maybe you are in love with her.
Yeah. I want to know what her friend is, what her friend is thinking or how she behaves with her. Like, when you guys...
Is there, like, tension?
Yeah. Do you have, like, a lingering touch?
Yeah.
Like, or, like, knees together? Or,
I'm
like...
always going to, like...
When you talk about your husband, does she seem like she's jealous? Or, like, anything like that typically would happen in any sort of relationship.
But then what happens there? Like, is the only reason that this hasn't gone further is because there hasn't been reciprocation yet. And if those feelings are returned, then that's all the green light she needs. But I do want to flag that, like, as much as, like, we love a love story, shout out Taylor Swift, there is other people involved in this. She does have a husband. She is married. She's in a committed relationship and she has a family. Yeah. And just because this relationship is a same-sex relationship doesn't make it this, like, flirty, fun and frivolous thing. Like, to act on it would still be cheating. To suss the vibe would still be emotionally not being faithful in her current relationship. So it doesn't make you a bad person for being like, oh no, like, do I have these feelings? Not even, oh no, but like, I think I have feelings for another person. That doesn't make you a bad person, right? It's what you do with it, though. But I do think sometimes, like, especially with like women, like that kind of those relationships, it's like not held to the same weight as a heterosexual relationship.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, just kiss and see.
Yeah,
it's like
I know we've been,
that's
like,
still
silly fun
but
about
it's
it.
Fine
but
because it is, like, talking about love and, like,
having a crush on somebody.
Having a crush is fun. I'm not saying that this is what she's done either.
But maybe it is a case of really sitting down and, like, having that moment of introspection with yourself. And then if you do feel like these feelings are legitimate, like, maybe bring it up with your husband and be like, I've had questions about my sexuality and, like, I don't, like, maybe be open about that. I'm not sure. It really depends on also, like, your relationship with your husband.
Very personal at this stage of figuring out what that feeling with her best friend is. Is it romantic love or is it a very, very deep friendship love?
Yeah.
And, like, and that is no lesser than a romantic love.
Yeah. Fuck, what a doozy. I would love to be updated
on
what happens if you feel comfortable.
Please. please update us.
But sending you lots of cuddles either way.
Oh.
Okay, dilemma number 2. I'm an allied health professional, 4 years out of uni, making an excellent living for myself. However, as an allied health girly, there's always an itch to try and get into medicine because you get to help your patients so much more. But my question is it worth making the switch? Pros, you're more qualified, better rewards in the long term, and can help more people. Cons.
Is there a lot?
Yeah, there's a lot more cons. Okay. Cons. Intense studies, being older at uni, hopefully won't be referred to as a mature age student at 26. There's nothing wrong with being a mature age student. Balancing work and studies and pretty much forgetting a social life. Starting from scratch financially upon graduation, 6 figures to minimum wages. Risk of burnout and non-fulfillment. Collision with timelines for marriage and babies potentially. Most importantly, my parents will have the satisfaction of saying I did as they told me to once again. Right. Okay. So she's like, I don't want to do it out of spite because my parents told me to. I think it's relatable for a lot of people.
She got a lot on that cons list.
Okay,
but...
wait. She's got more.
Oh, more cons?
No. Just more to say.
Oh, okay.
The cons seem so numerous, but I will regret it if I don't do it.
Oh, girl, you got your answer.
But is it really worth it? Most doctors I have met have said they wouldn't pick the career if given another chance. But I can't imagine just doing what I do for the next 50 years where the glass ceiling is opening up a private practice. But if I do medicine, then there's so many more things to do. The excitement of picking up a specialty I truly love, maybe surgery, open doors to impactful research, intellectual conversations, the prestige and respect in community.
Do it.
I think do it.
Do it.
Yeah. As much as I think that the list of cons was longer.
But those didn't sound like cons to me. A lot of them definitely, I totally understand, especially things like, going from earning one salary to earning significantly less. That's stressful. But a lot of them sounded more like fears rather than actual concrete cons.
Yeah.
Like being referred to as a mature age student at 26. Maybe that's in there as like a
bit of a tee-hee. Yeah.
But it's like, who fucking cares? Because you also don't care about the opinion of a 19-year-old in your class.
Yeah.
And they probably don't care about your opinion of them either.
Also, you're not going to see them. When you finish uni, you don't see really
bye-bye.
any of them
I
ever
couldn't
again.
tell you the name of like 5 people that were in my uni classes.
I had like a core group of friends and like them I keep in touch with.
Probably tell you too.
Yeah.
I was in and I was out.
Yeah, and I think most people are like that. Whereas, so it's like weigh up those things. Like, would you rather have experienced some of those hardships, go over some of those hurdles, for example, like the financial situation, definitely
like
very
valid,
much an issue, or like a genuine concern that you should consider. Also, like starting from scratch, I get it. Like you feel like you're having to kind of start the journey from the beginning. But all of these things I think are absolutely worth it. And again, like at one point, I want to pull up what she actually says. She says, the cons seem so numerous, but I will regret it if I don't do it.
Exactly.
Like, there's the answer for you, I think. Because if you don't do it, I think that the what ifs will haunt you forever. And you could always go into it, right, and work at this career for a while, and then if you realize like it's too much, you experience burnout, all of those things, you can always go back to what you were doing or pivot again. Like just because you might pivot to this change in your career, that also isn't a forever move necessarily.
Yeah,
right?
I've just looked it up and it's like regret is practically universal, with about 76 to 82% of people experiencing major life regrets. Landmark psychological studies reveal that while we initially regret mistakes of actions, so like things we did, over the long term, we overwhelmingly regret inaction, the chances we didn't take. So the largest short-term regrets you have is like regrets of an action you took. But over the long term, the biggest regrets humans have is an action and the things you didn't do and the shots you didn't take, because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And I think that's the first time I've ever gotten that saying right.
Just like that.
Someone sent me a reel the other day and it was just a video of a girl getting sayings wrong. And I was like, and it was like, we'll kill that bird with a dead horse. And it was like all things like that.
Fucking hell.
And I was like, I am her, she is me.
That's okay. You're with your people.
Yeah, I like it about myself.
I love that. I think that is 100% the way that you should look at it. It gives you such good perspective. But also there was research done by the University of Queensland that showed that the average person switches their career 3 to 7 times in their life.
Whoa.
Yeah. So you're below average.
Seriously?
Yeah. Like, so you're doing fine.
God, what are we going to do after this?
I know, shit. I know medicine is probably a little bit of a different one in comparison to some others. We're not saying that it's not a huge investment of your time and your energy, but
it's a very long journey, and I can completely understand why it is like a daunting thing to do. So it's very easy for us to sit here and be like, do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's 6 years. I have to go back to like uni wages, which is like crazy and always so difficult to manage, especially because I can imagine as a course like medicine doesn't leave a lot of leeway for jobs and working.
Yeah.
So obviously all that is something to consider. But again, this is really easy for me to say, but it's just the perspective to like just ponder for her a little bit is what's 6 years versus like the next 40.
Exactly.
You know, like you're 26. Let's say you're working till like 65, which is, you know, the average age that a lot of people retire. 6 years versus 40 years. And she's like, even has the idea of the specialty she potentially wants to get into, surgery, Grey's Anatomy. Like, I really want her to go for it.
I think so. And I think even with like some of your concerns around timelines and everything, you're still so young.
You are baby.
And you have a lot of time.
You are bear.
Just go for it, girl.
It sounds like you're excited to study medicine. So it's a good idea to at least investigate it a little bit further. Allow yourself the chance to dream.
Ah, beautiful.
All right, dilemma number 3. My diabolical dilemma and life lesson is to know your limits with your BFF. Did you write this?
Is this another one sent in? Shit.
I think my best friend is in love with me. Could you imagine? Sally wrote that one in. My partner and I moved across the country together for his work and invited my best friend to come with us.
Oh, well.
Her and I wanted to move interstate anyways, so it was just perfect timing that I found a man who wanted to settle no matter the location. He and I move up first and she followed a few months later. I won't lie though, ... When she moved up with us, I started regretting it almost immediately.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I got so used to it being with just my partner and I that living with someone else started to really agitate me. I tried to learn to let things go and not be so picky, but we are about a year into living together and I still can't stand it. To make things worse, her and I worked together.
Oh,
she
shit.
started working here a little while after I did, so we never really get that time apart. Just for some detail, she used our body wash for the first 3 months of living together.
Yeah, okay.
Never cleaned the kitchen after using it, even if she spilled beetroot juice on the floor and counter.
Oh, that shit stains.
Would let milk get bad by leaving it in the fridge for 2 weeks after the expiry and spits her toothpaste on the tap and the actual handle of the tap where we all have to touch. I hate confrontation and don't know how to bring anything up without making it weird. My feedback style is I like it straight up without pussyfooting around, but my partner has told me that apparently not everyone likes it like that. What? No, I'm kidding. On top of this, I'm convinced she has a thing for my partner. Oh my God, way to bury the lead. What the fuck? Oh my God. Fuck the beetroot juice.
Yeah, the beetroot juice is the least of your concerns.
The beetroot juice, it does not. Put that at the end as like a PS.
Yeah, no, I'd be pissed about the beets. But anyway.
Every time we drink, she will get super close to him, standing between his legs to talk to him when we're playing pool. Now don't go off on him. Now, don't go off on him because he truly does try to turn away and looks to me for help when she's getting too close. I love that she was like,
she's like, down, girls.
Don't go in on the man. And I'm like,
yeah.
okay, fine.
She knows us too well.
To add to my delusion, she has now started seeing a guy who is the same age as my partner, has the same job, and their name is spelt exactly the same. Oh. There's a lot more detail on that topic, and I've confided in my sister, who is also her close friend, and she thinks it's a bit weird as well. Chicks, what the bloody hell do I do? Do I confront her? Do I leave it? Damn. There's a lot to unpack in that. First things first, it sounds like she is very like type A.
Yep.
Whereas her friend comes across very type B in terms of like also like wanting to not have like spoiled milk in the fridge isn't like type A. That's just like being
hygiene.
Yeah, and hygiene. So like, you know, there's that. But it does sound a little bit like she's like, what is going on? Like, what are you doing? And I really do feel for her because she's like, yes, let's do this thing. Let's move.
Yeah.
And then it's happened. And like the idea in the head and the dream hasn't matched the reality, which like there's nothing anyone can do to control that. You can't foresee that. You don't have a crystal ball to be like, you know, and yeah, it just sounds like they are spending way too much time together, that they're getting on each other's nerves.
Yeah.
And pissing each other off.
And that can happen even if you have a really good friendship with somebody, but if you work together and live together and also you've moved interstate, so maybe you're away from the rest of your support system.
And it puts a lot of pressure on that friendship.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I moved for you.
Exactly, yeah. So I think all of those things are like, I think when you move in with a friend, like you're going to get pissed off at shit that they do regardless, even if you are both super similar. So I think that that's a tricky circumstance anyway, but I think the real boundary crossing is how she's behaving with your partner.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's shown that he's uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, have you spoken to him about it? Or is it just kind of like his looks of like panic to you being like, help me? Because he also probably doesn't want to be like, can you fucking not, to like offend her friend and like maybe cause a rift in their friendship as well. But I want to know if you guys are on like the same page. I assume that you are, and also that you're both annoyed at how she treats like the communal spaces and her behavior at home. So like if you haven't already, chat to him just so that you can like vent and let some of that stuff out. But I honestly think that
you need to have it out a little bit.
I think for the immediate future, like you need to bring up some of the smaller stuff, like the toothpaste, the milk, like, and just be like, hey girl, like I noticed that the milk that you bought, blah, blah, can you please make sure that you throw it away? Like, or I've had to do it the last couple of times or something, like bring up those small things.
Yeah.
But I think for the long term, you should probably move out.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys should live together anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's normal as well.
Sometimes a bit of space like can really help those friendships that have become a little bit too close, that it's starting to wear on the relationship. And it's like, I don't know if this is working anymore. Like, we just, you know, I'm annoyed by your presence all the time. That it's like, when are you actually enjoying the friendship? Because
it makes it hard to enjoy those.
I don't know if she said anything in that entire thing that was like, but when we hang out, we have the best time. I love having movie nights with her. I love doing this. Like, there wasn't actually anything that she enjoyed about the friendship in there that makes me really sad.
Yeah.
Because obviously you guys were already planning on moving away. And just to be devil's advocate for like 2 seconds, is that potentially also from her perspective, you guys had plans to move and then you've found your incredible partner who you're very in love with. But from her perspective, it also might be, well, we were planning on moving together and you've gotten into a relationship and now I'm living with you and your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Which, like, I'm also not saying that she shouldn't have met her partner and gotten into a relationship.
Oh, totally.
But I'm just being devil's advocate that there's always, like,
a different perspective.
A different perspective and two sides as well. But now, would you think it was weird if, like, someone, like, if I started dating someone that had the same job as your boyfriend and the same name?
No. Nah. I wouldn't think that was weird. I think it's the fact that she is, like, at least in her eyes, flirting with her partner when they get drunk. And then it's like, I think those are the cherries on top.
Yeah.
And it's like, and he has the same name.
Yeah.
And he
You're
has the same job. Like,
She's
you're irked. Whereas I think that if you weren't already irked, you probably wouldn't give a fuck about that stuff. You'd probably be like, oh my God, we both have boyfriends named John. Like, that's amazing. Like, you know, you'd probably would see that as like maybe something a bit like tee hee ha ha, not annoying, or not that maybe she's trying to date your boyfriend or a doppelganger of your boyfriend.
Yeah. I think like have a sit down, and like you said, you're very straight up, but we were talking about this in a previous episode, that the one reason why friendships go the distance and last is radical honesty, but always with, I think, at least empathy. Yeah. So like, you know, and be prepared in that conversation that she might also have some things that she wants to raise as well.
Yeah.
Like it might not necessarily be a conversation where you sit down and go, look, beetroot, gotta go.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta wipe that beetroot up.
Yeah.
Gotta get that beet out of there. You know, stop spitting on the tap. And she might be like, okay, well, like, I feel like, I don't even know, I'm just making something up. Be like, you guys are always in the living room and as a couple, and I feel like I'm always the third wheel, or I don't know what it would be.
Like she might take that as an opportunity to air her grievances.
Yeah, and like looking at that conversation as an opportunity for reconciliation rather than a conflict.
Yeah.
Because she says she doesn't like confrontation.
Yeah.
Which, like, that's fair enough. It's not a comfortable thing. But I'm sure she probably misses her best friend too. Like, if you guys were going to move across the country together, at some point you must have loved each other. Like, you must have been really close. And so, like, my priority in that situation would be wanting to figure out, like, whether or not we can even get that friendship back.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like that's the biggest part that's missing. And obviously there's a lot of discomfort around some of her behavior that doesn't feel very appropriate. And I totally get that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's definitely worth having the conversation and maybe, look at your options to potentially move out. Because she's just started a relationship. Maybe she'll want to move in with her partner. Like, there could be options where, you know, you can also say, like, look, my partner and I are ready to move to that next stage in our relationship. And part of that is living together alone.
I mean, they've lived together for a year.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Just because you agreed to move with someone doesn't mean that you have to stay with them. Like, you're not going to get, like, 5 years in and be like, well, we have to stay with Cindy because...
Yeah. Because we made this decision. Yeah. I think, it's completely normal.
Obviously, don't leave her in the dust. Don't be like, all right, well...
Hit the road, Jack.
No more, no more.
Yeah, yeah. Like, give her the time and that. But you could also bring that up as well, that you're ready to take that next step with your partner and you guys need some more alone time. And, that can be an option as well. And I think that's completely fair enough.
Yeah, living with your best friend that you work with, that you both moved away, and... being a couple as well, like that is a cocktail of stress.
Yeah, three's company.
That's a difficult living scenario, I think, for anyone. So, like, I get you, girl.
Yeah, totally. But good luck with it.
Good luck. And, try to see if, you know, you can salvage the friendship. If it's possible. I also know that, like, if I felt like a friend was hitting on my partner, I probably wouldn't really want to follow through on that.
So that's fair enough too.
But, trust your gut, I think. Trust, you know, your own boundaries and what you're happy with. And that's the best you can do. And always just lead with kindness and empathy at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But let's bring it back to the Matilda cake.
Yeah.
I want to know what happens there.
Bring in Bruce.
Bring in Brucey.
Well, on that note, that's a wrap for another Chicks Chat, Advice with the Chicks. If you want to send your dilemma in, we'll put a link in the show notes where you can submit that. The more, the merrier. Mm-hmm. And thanks to you chicks for having us in your ear holes. We love to be here.
Bye, chickies.
Bye.